La radio de l'identité locale à Aix-les-Bains et autour du lac du Bourget, Radio Grand Lac sur 92.1.
Your English Weekly. Your English Weekly. La chronique 100% en anglais de Radio Grand Lac avec Sinead.
Oh, hello and welcome back to Your English Weekly. Bonjour à tous ceux qui nous écoutent aujourd'hui en Radio Grand Lac 92.1 FM. Bienvenue à l'émission Your English Weekly. Je suis Sinead, votre chroniqueuse d'anglais, et bienvenue à la saison 3 avec Tim. L'objectif de cette émission est stimuler la langue anglaise et la compréhension orale. Pour la saison 3 cette année, nous avons changé notre concept et on a mis en place une conversation avec Tim toutes les semaines. Tim visite la France. Il va nous faire découvrir une petite ville ou un village charmant, souvent caché. Chaque semaine, il aura un niveau différent. Vous pouvez trouver Tim autour d'un Coffee and Conversation toutes les semaines, le vendredi matin de 8h30 à 9h30 à Your English Workshop à Aix-les-Bains ou à la Ravoir. Inscription via le site web. Donc, cette émission est aujourd'hui sponsorisée par Your English Workshop, qui est un centre de formation pour l'apprentissage d'anglais pour les adultes et les enfants, bien entendu, certifié Calliope. Restez à l'écoute dans les 15 prochaines minutes pour que Tim, qui nous explique là où il a visité cette semaine. Cette semaine, votre leçon est de niveau A2. Hi, and welcome back to Your English Weekly, Season 3. If you need today's script, please send me a message at sineadyourenglishworkshop.com. Our lesson today is A2, which is elementary. Today, Tim is going to tell us about the Shambad. Hi, Tim.
Hi, Sinead.
Tim, can you tell us a little bit about the Shambad?
Yes, I'm going to talk about my recent visit to Le Chambot. Saint-Germain-le-Chambot is a small village in the Savoie department of France, located on the eastern shore of the lake. The village is also home to vineyards and farms that produce local products, such as cheese, honey, and wine. Saint-Germain-le-Chambot is where you can enjoy nature, walks, history, and restaurants in a quiet location.
Okay, so what are some of the words we're going to hear? Can you give them to me in English, and I will give them to you with my accent, of course, in French.
Sure. Lookout point.
So a lookout point in French is belvédère.
Attracted.
Attiré.
Peaceful.
Calme.
Stunning.
Magnifique.
However.
Cependant.
Bend.
Bend, c'est un virage, le virage.
Side.
La côté.
Cheese.
Fromage.
Sausages.
Les saucisses.
Might.
Peut-être.
Windy.
Venteux.
Must visit.
Incontournable.
Fun facts.
Fun facts. What are fun facts? Les choses intéressantes à savoir.
Scones.
Scones. Alors, les scones, c'est les petits pains briochés qui sont très particuliers pour les Anglais. Et just coming back, fun facts could also be in scoop.
Okay. Vineyards.
Donc, c'est des vignons ou des vignes.
Overlooking.
Surplombé.
Surrounding.
Entouré ou entour.
Well known.
Bien connu. Okay, Tim, give us today all the information that we must know about the Shambot.
Okay, it's Le Chambot. It's also known as Saint-Germain-le-Chambot. It is a small village next to Aix-les-Bains in Savoie. As I said, located on the east side of the lake. You will find fantastic small vineyards there. So, for example, one Jacqueline's family.
Ah, yes, okay.
And a farm called La Fruitière de Le Chambot, which is well known for its Gruyere. Saint-Germain-le-Chambord is where you can enjoy nature walks, history and restaurants in a quiet location overlooking the lake.
Well, one restaurant, I think, in particular, huh?
Yes.
The Belvedere.
Yes. And that brings me to why I went there to start with.
Okay, and so why did you go?
I heard it was a must visit, so I ate at the Belvedere Le Chambord restaurant, which offers stunning views of the lake de Bourget. Their menu is gastronomic. I tasted the fish from the lake, the la dorade, and just loved it. But I didn't find any scones.
Okay. But the dorade is not from the lake. The lavaré is from the lake. Okay.
The lavaré.
So what is there to see there?
If you are a nature lover, you can go to the Belvedere de la Chambord. There's a lookout point that offers stunning views of the lake and the Alps. You can also hike or bike along the trails surrounding the village and discover the flora and fauna of the region. At the moment, in autumn, you'll find the colourful leaves on the ground and the smell of autumn, with, of course, some fantastic mushroom spots to go picking.
What are some of the mushrooms we can find there?
There's one called Trumpet de la Mort.
Ah, yeah, the Trumpet de la Mort. Okay.
It's a secret spot for those pickers.
You're going to tell us the secret spot then.
Just before the last bend in the road. That's as much as I can say.
Okay.
I think they were secret pickers.
Yeah, they're secret, so we can't know too much, of course.
The history says that Queen Victoria went up the hill and stayed many times. When Queen Victoria followed her daughter Beatrice's advice and travelled to Aix-les-Bains for the first time in 1880, she was already well known, but the Queen's visits were always with scones and blueberry jam and cream in the Chambord. And
I don't think today they do scones, but I know when I was there that I did do scones, and they were a must. We must ask them to go and do scones. Good idea. Okay, continue.
If you're a walker or a hiker or biker, this is the place to visit, but be careful, you need to be very sporty. You can go from Aix-les-Bains and by the lake up towards Brisson and then to the Chambord. The walk takes about 2.5 hours, and I don't know the biking trip because I haven't done it.
Okay, I haven't done the biking trip either, but I know the walk is splendid.
Yes, and there's tracks to discover. You can get hiking maps from the tourist office.
Yeah. Is the Chambord a big place? Or is it I know it's quite small, but what would be the size of the Chambord?
It's close to 10 kilometres squared.
So very small.
Yes, the population's developing. It's a commune part of Aix-les-Bains.
Yeah, it's become popular now for tourists to go, yes. And so if you want to go to the Chambord from Aix-les-Bains or from Albans or from around, how can we go to the Chambord?
The public transport in Le Chambord is not very good, as the village is remote and has a small population. There's no buses or trains can get there. The best way to get there is by car, as there is an excellent road to the Belvedere, where you can park and enjoy the view. Alternatively, you can take a taxi or a bike from Aix-les-Bains or Ormont, but the taxi might be expensive or bike trip might be tiring.
Or it might even be very windy, the road, huh?
Yes, indeed.
If you're going on your bike.
If you can find someone can take you by horse and carriage to the top of the Belvedere, like Queen Victoria, why not?
Why not? That's funny. Queen Victoria went by, she did actually go by horse and cart. Yeah, okay.
For info, one of her favourite things she liked to do during her trip to Aix-les-Bains was to go to the Chambord to enjoy the panoramic view and eat scones.
Yeah, apparently. I've heard that before as well, yeah. So if we wanted to stay, can we just camp up there?
I didn't stay overnight myself personally, as I don't live too far from there. However, I did find a small chambre d'hôte.
Okay. What's a chambre d'hôte in English? Bed and breakfast?
Yes.
Ah, okay.
Which is located in Chandriot, about 4 kilometres from Le Chambord. It offers cosy rooms, private bathrooms, and seasonal outdoor pool with sunbeds. And they have barbecue facilities there where you can cook sausages.
Ah, so that's where we can cook our sausages.
Exactly.
Yes. Okay, and you've got
free Wi-Fi.
Okay.
Yeah.
And of course, great views and out in the nature, of course. Do you have any fun facts for us about La Chambotte? Because we know that it's a very popular area with tourists. A lot of people take the bikes. It's quite a location for people who are going around the lake. They tend to go up the windy roads.
Yes.
And then have a little drink when they get to the Belvedere. Of course. But is there anything we know interesting about the Chambotte?
Well, there's not too many fun facts, but I do believe the Queen Victoria used to. She would start with a coffee at the casino, followed by a treatment in the traditional baths, the therms. The treatment would have involved some bathing. Many treatments are still available today. However, Sinead, I think you have a fun fact.
I do actually have a fun fact, but I do know that Queen Victoria, then after her day that she went to the casino, etc., she would enjoy going all the way up there and spending some time up there as well. And my fun fact, in actual fact, is quite funny, because in 2008 or 2009, I don't remember exactly when, I was telling you earlier, I was at the top in the Belvedere getting ready to open for lunch, because I actually worked up there for a few years. And at the restaurant, I had seen the French Republican plane that was flying over the lake. And at the time, our president was President Sarkozy. And I could actually see through the window, but of course I couldn't see the people themselves. But I was able to wave to them, and I could see somebody waving back. And an hour later, I actually had the police force who had come to the restaurant and who had asked me nicely, would I be able to close the terrace when the plane was going back, or when was leaving to go back to Paris.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was very interesting.
Yes.
It was it was a momentum.
Yeah, an experience.
It was an experience, but it was funny because I was all on my own waving to the people. And then an hour later, I had the police force saying, please, the CRS saying, can you please not use the terrace, use the terrace. So I said, okay, yes, fine, no problem. Well, anyway, listeners, that's all we have for today. So if you wish to listen to this podcast again, don't hesitate to find us on YouTube on Your English Weekly. Don't hesitate to come and see Tim, who will be starting his coffee and conversation on Friday morning at 8:30. Check our websites if you're looking for any interesting workshops that will be coming up. And of course, listeners, don't forget to listen to today's program at 1 o'clock. We've got the decoration and the tendencies with Jessica. At 2:15, Joe with the Le Jeu du Mouvement. And at 5 o'clock with Jean-Pierre, you've got 1 hour, one commune with the Mut Cervelex. And to finish, there's a new show, a new chronicle that will be starting at 6:15, which is actually very good, C'est bientôt l'apéro with Sylvain. Well, we'll have to listen to that when having a little glass of wine. Well, thank you all for listening today. And of course, if you want the script, don't hesitate to contact us, Sinead at yourenglishworkshop.com. Well, that's all from Tim and Sinead. Bye, Tim.
Goodbye.
Bye. And bye to you from us at you.
Your English Weekly. Your English Weekly. La chronique 100% en anglais de Radio Grand Lac avec Sinead.
Radio Grand Lac. Votre radio.